Hello, this is Lily with Grammy's Home Cooking. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a barbecue beef sandwich. It may be a two-part video, I'm not sure yet because I'm not sure how long this will let me pause, and it will have to be in the crock pot overnight. So anyways, let's get started. What you're going to need for this recipe is a little bit of cooking oil, some seasoning salt, garlic salt, Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to put a little bit of chicken broth in the crock pot. Normally I would use beef broth, but I already had that open, so it'll work just fine. And normally on this recipe you want to sear it in the oven at 450 degrees for 30 minutes. But since it's so hot here in Texas, I'm not going to bother heating the house up with the oven, so I'm just going to do it on my stovetop. I'm going to get this burner going, get my pan heating up. I'm using like half of a roast because it's just me and my husband, and we don't eat that. We don't eat all that, you know, like a big roast. Let me get some paper towels. What you're going to do, I'm sorry about that, what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of dry off your roast a little bit, so it'll kind of absorb some of the seasoning we're going to put on there. This is going to be a real quick video tonight because it's going to have to cook in the crock pot overnight, and I'm certainly going to have to pause this video. Or what you're going to do is you're going to season it real generously with your seasoning salt. I don't measure. It's really a matter of taste, you know. Everybody's taste buds are different. This is garlic salt going on now. I'm going to push it in a little bit. You want to be real generous with it. It's not going to make it over seasoned or anything like that. It's just going to season it because you may lose some of the seasoning in the pan when you're searing it. And I'm going to get some black pepper. I don't know if I mentioned that in the ingredients, but we like pepper, so I'm going to put, you know, a good amount of pepper on this. And then my final ingredient is going to be Worcestershire sauce, and since I'm doing it on the stove top instead of in the oven, like I said, you normally, if it was a cold night, I would definitely put it in a 450 degree oven in a throwaway pan, because that's pretty high temperature. You don't want to burn your pans, but we're going to see how this is going to sear up. It is liquid Worcestershire going on there, so it may splatter real bad, so we'll just have to see. I'm just coating the bottom of my cast iron skillet. Let me wash my hands. There we go. And now we're gonna let that oil heat up, and we're gonna set that brisket in there. That was my husband walking by. As soon as that oil heats up, I'm going to drop this in there, and we're going to, hopefully everything will be okay. I've never done it on the stovetop before, but I'm not about to heat up this house. That's what you want. You want to hear that sear. We're going to let that sear up on both sides until it gets a nice crust on there, because when you brown your meat before putting it in the crock pot, it tends to have a really good, it holds in the flavor better. You can use whatever seasonings you like, you know, if you want onion powder or cumin or whatever you like, it's okay. Just change it up a little bit the way you like it. It's certainly not going to hurt anything. I'm going to go ahead and put some broth in the bottom of my crock pot, just so the meat's not going into an empty crock pot. going to change this out. And I'm going to get the beef broth. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I decided I would go ahead and use the beef broth, but if you have chicken broth, it's okay to use that too. We just want to really give that meat time to sear. And I'd say probably 3 to 5 minutes on each side. And I like to do the ends as well. But it's totally up to you what your preference is. I've been making this barbecue brisket probably, I don't know, probably 15-20 years. It's pretty good. Unless you just want to smoke it, or the original recipe actually calls for you to cook it in the oven. But for the last few times that I've cooked it, I've used my crock pot because I don't like heating up the whole house. My house is small, and once the oven's on, it heats up pretty quick. And see how that's a good sear? Let me see if I can bring y'all over here so y'all can get a better look. Let me undo this. Hold on. Seeing that hot, that's what you want. You want it to be a good sear. You're not actually cooking the meat, you're just trying to lock in that flavor. And I don't know how long that was. I didn't time it, but I am a firm believer in using timers. I think timers is a cook's really a best friend, really, because you get busy doing other things, and before long, and you don't set a timer, then you've lost track of time, and a lot of times your stuff will get too done. And another thing is when you're cooking, the recipe's just a guide. Sorry about that. The recipe's just a guide, you know. I mean, if there's I always go by the fact that when you read the ingredients in a recipe, if you like the ingredients, more chances than not, you're going to like that recipe. And it's just, it's really just like a suggestion, or, you know, my husband don't like bell peppers, so when I come across a recipe and I really think it will be good, I just leave the bell peppers out. But when you're baking, that's another story. When you're baking, you can't leave stuff out. You got to go strictly by the recipe, and you got to make sure those are measured correctly, or it's not going to turn out. See how I'm holding this steak up? I'm trying to get it seared on those sides. And once I'm done here, I'm going to stick it in the crock pot. I'm going to turn it on low, and I'll probably cook it between 6 and 8 hours. It just depends. I'll check it, and when it gets fork tender and ready to shred, then it's ready. And then I'll come back on here and show you how I finish it. This is basically an overnight recipe, so you're not going to be able to finish it, you know, like right away when you're doing a video, for sure. I turn the stove off. I don't need it on any longer. The meat's exactly the way I want it, so I'm going to set it over here in this beef broth. I'm going to put my lid on it, and I'll just turn it on low and let it go for 6 to 8 hours, just depends. Anyways, like I said at the beginning, I'm not sure this is going to be a 2-part video because I don't know how long this video will actually let me pause it. You know, I don't know if it's gonna, there we go. Sorry, y'all couldn't hardly see me, but anyways, it's probably better. But anyways, this is an easy recipe. It's very family friendly, and thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on video 2 or wherever this video lays off. I'll push play and see what happens. Y'all have a good night, and come back and see me. Hello, we're going to finish up this video on barbecue beef sliders with aioli sauce. So here we go. You're going to need, for the aioli sauce, let's see if I can get it down there. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. We like Kelman, so whatever your preference is. You're going to need a garlic clove, 2 pinches of black pepper, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and you can either use fresh chives, or I have these freeze-dried chives, so that's what I'm going to use. We're also going to toast a bun. I'm not going to use the oven because, like I said, it's pretty hot. And let me try to get this back up there while I'm talking. And then I'm going to shred the beef and show you how I finish it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out the mayonnaise, and you can either eyeball it or it's just your preference. And I'm not going to use 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to probably half the recipe because I'm the only one that likes it. My husband don't eat this. So I'm going to do 1/4 and then probably 1/8. And then you'll just adjust the measurements to your taste. Oh, you can't see, I'm sorry. Okay, this is what I got going here. I'm just scooping out the mayonnaise right now. And of course, you don't have to put this on your sandwich. If you don't like mayonnaise based sauces, you can just put barbecue sauce on yours or whatever you like. Okay, it calls for 3/4 of a cup, but you saw I didn't use all of that. I'm going to mince up a garlic. You can use your garlic press if you like, but I do have one, but to me it's just as fast to do it this way. You just smash the garlic. Sorry about that noise. Which that didn't smash too well. That didn't open. There we go. I'm going to mince this up real quick. That's a big garlic clove, so I may not even use it all. Just smash it a little bit so it's easier to mince. This will be a quick video because, like I said, we cooked the beef through the night. So, and of course, if you don't have time to do that or want to fool with it through the night, or you can put it in your crock pot on low before you go to work. When you come home, it'll be good and ready. Or you can cook it in the oven at 225 for about 7 hours, and then it'll be nice and tender. I did end up using that whole garlic. I like garlic, so it's okay. Let me rinse this off my hands. Okay. And now we're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice, and I don't usually measure. I just put my hand down and I will catch the seeds like this. And I just, you know, I'm not even doing a full recipe, so I don't even use a whole tablespoon. And then the recipe calls for a tablespoon of chives, and I'm going to use half a tablespoon. And then it calls for 2 pinches of pepper. Instead of pinching in there, I'm just going to use my thing there. And that's all. That's all you got to do. Stir it up and put it in the fridge until you're ready to use it. mayonnaise is one of them things you don't want to leave out too long, because I got to put a little bit more mayonnaise because I didn't measure. And it's to your liking, you know. Everything's to your liking. Put this in the fridge and let it get cold. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get this that way. I'm going to heat up this pan so that we can toast our bun. If you want to use your oven, go ahead. You just put it on broil and watch it really, really close. And this is our roast that we put on low last night. We're just going to set it on our chopping block. And we're going to get 2 forks and shred it. Just like this. That's good and tender. See it falling apart? I hope y'all can see this. I'll move the camera closer in a minute. That's going to make some good sandwiches right there. And if you like big chunks, don't do it so much. If you like it shredded real fine, like I'm doing, then do it fine. Let me get y'all off of here, and I will show you what it looks like. And that's going to be good. I'm going to put it back in the crock pot. I'm sorry, I hope I ain't messing y'all up too much. There we go. Now I'm just going to put it back in the crock pot. I'll probably drain off some of that juice is what I'm going to do. Because we put the beef broth in there earlier, and I'm just taking some of it off. And now what I like, you're going to use your favorite barbecue sauce. We like Stubbs. I just tried it about a month ago and we really like it. This is the smoky mesquite. You can, there's no right or wrong barbecue sauce. You can use whatever brand you like. If you like it sweet, do sweet. I'm one of those where I don't like a whole lot of barbecue sauce on my barbecue. But you can do as much or little as you like, because it's yours. Now I'm going to put the meat back in there. And I'm going to fix this up a slider so you can see. Drop some juice on that pan. The only other thing that I'll do is I'll slice up an onion, because we like onions. If you don't like them on yours, then leave them off. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get an onion. Okay, I'm back. I went in there and got an onion because I forgot to get it when we first started. And there's my bun. You can do it longer if you want to. Like I said, cooking is, it's a recipe to go by, and then everything else is personal preference. I have a garbage bowl on my counter, so that's where I put that. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to make little half circles here. Of course, you can, it's your preference. Okay, what I'm going to do is get this plate out, and we're going to plate this up so you can see what it looks like. Get this off the burner. So it's hot. Put this up here like this. You've got your toasted bun. And see if that's going. Oh, it is. Okay, good. Then we're gonna do some barbecue. Put that on there. These are sliders, but you can use regular size buns or whatever suits your family the best. And then I've got onion here. We like pickles, so we're gonna put some hamburger slices on here. We'll get some aioli out. With just however much you want on there, or if you want any at all. But the aioli, even if you're not a big mayonnaise based sauce fan, if you put a little bit on there, it changes the taste of the sandwich so much, and it's delicious, y'all. So there you have it. There's our barbecue sandwich with pickles and onions. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It is now finished, and I hope I could help somebody with their cooking needs. If you like the video, please like it and share it. Thank you. Bye-bye.